online streaming versus movie theaters.
Yeah, this is a big thing that we need to talk about here because coming from two people that just love film and movies in general, going to the movies was always like a big thing for me growing up, and I'm sure it was the same exact thing for you. Like I just remember getting so excited as a younger kid, like when my parents said, "Oh, we're going to the movies on Saturday." It's like, "Oh, let's go." You know, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like I love going to the movies. I feel like
my comfort spot, man. That's my comfort. That's where I meditate.
It's like a routine thing. Like I feel like it's like almost every week, especially in the summer, every week it's like, oh, big movie's coming out. I'm going Friday. Oh, next Friday, another big movie. Oh, I'm going this day. It's like a routine thing almost in the summer. And that's gone now.
It's an event, man. It's like what you look forward to something and kind of gets you through the week.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, I have somewhere to go and experience something I'll absolutely love.
And the idea of streaming services taking over, I don't like it. I'll be completely honest. I do not like it for many reasons. One of them being you just cannot get the same experience at home with particular films, with some films, that you can get in the theater.
Yeah.
You just cannot get the same experience.
For example, all the fans of Marvel, if you go to see Endgame, imagine watching. I went to opening weekend. You went opening weekend.
Yeah, I went the first night.
You can probably look up reactions on you. I have done this. So look up reactions on YouTube if you're into it and everything. And people filmed like when they're in theaters, and just everybody erupts at the end, and it's just this. It kind of goes back to the community vibe of sports, and being there is completely different compared to just watching it on TV. It's the same exact fucking thing.
Yeah, man.
And the fact that people just want to sit on their couch and watch a movie, which is fine. That's another type of platform and source you can get material that you like.
Sure.
But what I'm used to and everybody else is used to is that you go to the movies for a cinematic experience.
Right.
A communicative experience that you laugh together, you
cry together,
you scream together. Like, that's just part of it.
It
elevates
the sound, the people, the screen, all of it. The food, the overpriced concessions that you'll pay for anyway. It's all part of it, man. And
it's all because of Netflix, which I love Netflix.
Yeah.
But again, so this is what I always think is like, okay, well, TV's been around for decades. I don't know when it initially started, but decades, right? All these big TV shows come out, Breaking Bad, look back even earlier, Gunsmoke, Sopranos, all that stuff. It's like, okay, well,
a lot of great
you're
shows.
watching that on a TV. So what's the difference with that? Well, that was the platform that you were used to watching it on.
Right.
Like, that's where you first got your experience.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of the stuff, I don't know, I mean, you can make the argument now with, like, Game of Thrones and more things that are more, like, thematic, more cinematic.
TV shows have a much bigger budget now than they ever have.
Right,
you know what I mean? Because people are more invested in a TV show because it tells the story and it hits those finer details.
Right.
You know what I mean? But even still, I think TV shows have a place on TV and movies have a place in cinema. You know what I mean? They have a place in movie theaters. And I like that there is a difference between the two.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, it's a really good movie, but if you get a really good TV show on TV, it's like, I have access to this all the time.
Right.
You know, it's like you found a hidden gem. You feel special.
All right, so if you think about like a movie that you love watching, right? You love watching with your friends or whenever, and you're cracking up at certain parts.
Tropic Thunder.
But when you watch it alone, do you laugh at those parts? Like, do you laugh out loud?
Not as hard.
Right.
Not as hard.
When you're watching it with a group of friends or in a theater, you're laughing and it elevates the moment, man. It elevates the feeling. And I just think the streaming services are taking that away from filmmakers like myself and everybody else out there. And it takes away the experience of going to the movies. It brings back to my point is like, I wanted to go see The Irishman in theaters. Scorsese, I'm pretty sure it was the reason why it was in select theaters, the screen, was because of him.
Right.
Like, he probably pushed it.
Absolutely.
But it's like that movie you need to see in theaters. The Netflix original films, you can think about them the way you want, if you like them or not, but it's just, I don't know. It's just when I hear film, you want to go to the movie theaters and you want to sit down in a movie seat with a big ass bucket of popcorn.
Absolutely.
And a Coke on the side, and you want to watch that shit and be submerged into that screen. You you know, and I don't know. I hope that streaming services aren't going to be taken away. Hopefully it's not disintegrating movie theaters. And I think if it continues the way, especially with this pandemic going on, with movie theaters done, I don't know. I think that maybe in the next 10 years, we see a big decline of cinemas.
Yeah, and going out of business, man.
We can be talking like this, and we might just sound completely ignorant to the studios where they're like, we don't give a fuck what you think as long as we're getting paid.
No, 100%, dude.
Which is probably what they're doing.
At the end of the day, it's a business. Right. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, there's nothing like being in a theater with, you know, a crowd of people watching the same thing and just experiencing the same thing you're experiencing. You know what I mean? Like you said, laughing, crying, whatever the case may be. And then if you're watching the same movie at home, it's like you're watching and then your dad walks in front of you and goes, "Oh, what are you watching?" It's like, "Oh, I'm trying to watch Avengers Endgame. I haven't seen it yet." He goes, "Oh, looks pretty cool. Who's that guy?" "That's Iron Man, Dad." "Really? Wow, he looks like he got older." That's what you're getting at an at-home movie experience. I can't have my dad ask me a bunch of questions while I'm trying to
Well, again, it brings me back to my point. If you watched Endgame, think about the experience you had when you're sitting in that movie theater with everybody else screaming when Cap gets the hammer back and he's like, "Avengers Assemble." Literally everybody, I'm pretty sure I jumped off of my seat and everybody around me is like, "Yeah!" Like, it's like a fucking football game, man. It was crazy.
It's fucking awesome.
But then imagine if you were watching Endgame in your basement alone with no surround sound from the speakers from the TV, hearing all the explosions and all that shit going on. It's not the same. I don't give a fuck what you say.
It's definitely not the same. Like, yeah, it's still a great movie no matter where you watch it.
I'm just talking about the experience of it.
Yeah, nothing beats that opening night you went to go see it. You know what I mean? And you're standing in a line that's wrapping around the theater and you're just praying to God, I hope I get a good seat.